So, as you know, the president took out this guy, the Iranian general, and the good people celebrated it. But the enemies within America don't like it. They prefer to have the Americans killed than to be protected from the enemies. This is USA Today. Anti-war protests organized around U.S. following killing of Iranian general. Here's the soundbite.
Hands off Iraq! Hands off Iraq!
Occupation is a crime! Occupation is a crime!
From Iraq to Palestine!
That drone strike, ordered by President Trump, that killed Qasem Soleimani and others this week, prompts protests this weekend, including right here in Los Angeles. The president made it clear he thinks the guy needed to go.
Well, the president's wrong.
Trump and the administration did an aggressive act of war.
We're demonstrating our opposition to the serious potential of a war between the United States and Iran.
We feel that he is trying to start a war.
There's no reason for us to still be in the Middle East and still perpetuate violence against brown bodies.
They don't want the U.S. involved in war there, and at a time when more American troops are headed there, the protesters are calling for Americans to leave the region altogether.
These are useful idiots. And they're being used. They have no idea what they're talking about at all. Black and brown, or just brown people.
You don't have to know anything that's going on, right? But you can just look at these people and you just tell, like, okay, I'm not going to listen to that person. They had this lady with her hair looking all crazy.
I thought that was a man.
She looked like a lesbian. And then you had the white lady.
With the black hat on?
I don't know which one it was, but there was two ladies with short hair. Two ladies with short hair. The black girl with the natural, and then the other one looked like a lesbian. And the white lady had a deep voice. It's like, how do you could just see?
Misfits. They have no idea what they're talking about. None. Somebody paying them to be out there, or paying the organization to organize those people to get them out there. Why would they stand against America and support Iran? That doesn't make sense. And as soon as Allah Akbar come over here and blow up things, they're going to blame the president for that. Oh, he's not protecting us. He didn't protect us. Well, it's amazing how people can be used. And you know black's going to be out there. It's against America. So the black's going to be in the forefront because it's destroying, not building. I told you the blacks will show up for destruction, but they will not show up for good, to build. But you can get them for destruction. This dumb people being led by somebody is angry at the president. Watch this.
Hey, make some noise if you think what Trump did was a war crime! Make some noise if you think this Senate should remove this president for that war crime!
They need to be put in jail for anti-American crime. Amazing stuff. So Nick is here. He's going to tell us about the protests, who organized them, the groups that were hired. How you doing, Nick? Oh. I thought Nick was already here. You were waiting for me to tell you again?
Huh?
Were you waiting for me to call you again?
I was waiting for you to have a little moment where you're like, oh, I'm going to wait for Nick to get here.
This is my producer, folks.
Hey, guys.
And so who is behind these useful idiots?
So I was doing a little digging, and there's two groups specifically for these protests, which were not just in New York, but all across America in different areas, you know, in the worst places, LA and all that. And so these two groups, the Answer Coalition.
Oh, Lord.
And another group called Code Pink.
Amazing.
Okay, so you got these two organizations that are heavily involved in funding all these protests. Like, for example, the Answer Coalition, who call themselves a protest-centric, something like that, group. Like, they're all about protesting. So Answer Coalition, which stands for Act Now to Stop and End Racism.
Oh, you got the racists trying to end racism? The evil people.
Yeah, they call themselves an international coalition, but they're based in San Francisco. And they were started in September 11th, after the September 11th attacks. And they were started in response because basically they wanted to protect Muslims. They're like, okay, I know September 11th happened, but don't be mean to Muslims. So that's when they started.
When I become president, I'm putting these people out of the country. They got to go out of my country.
Steamroll all these NGOs.
I'm going to send them over to the countries that they support because they definitely do not support America.
At all. And it shows in the way, like, for example, Answer, when you look up, I try to look at, first of all, they haven't responded to any calls about funding. And all that information is very, very hidden. The only thing I found is that there's a group that Answer has to give money to, and then this group doesn't have to report anything. It's really shady. But a lot of the people in this group are active members of the Marxist World Workers' Party.
Amazing.
Which has deep ties to Soviet era, Stalin era,
I'll rest my case.
Total communists. And I don't know if you guys knew, but America used to deport communists. We used to just get rid of them.
We need to start back.
There's stories.
Bring back the good old days. I want my country back.
There's stories of communists who've been deported when, talking mess about America. But you don't even have to go that far. Just on their main website, Answer supports like a pro-Castro socialism party, the Korea Truth Commission, which holds mock tribunals for the American military, like total anti-America stuff. And then don't even get me started on Code Pink, which is this feminist. It's like actually I wrote down, this is what they call themselves. A grassroots peace and social justice movement working to end U.S.-funded wars and occupations to challenge militarism globally and redirect our resources into healthcare, education, green jobs, and other life-affirming activities.
Amazing.
I want to throw up just hearing that.
No, it sounds cold Pete. Just sound evil. It sound dirty.
Life-affirming activities like abortion.
Yeah.
And it's so weird how these organizations, they organize all these little protests because everyone's protesting. They lied to everybody to protest Iran, right? They brainwashed them to do that, but then they started getting them to protest a bunch of other stuff. Like abortion, women's rights, workers' rights, minimum wage, amnesty, and illegal aliens. Why are all these things now also with Iran?
Right.
And it's like it's these people who are behind it. They have the money, they have like the mass amounts of money to be able to organize these kinds of things.
Amazing.
I wanted to say something quickly about Medea Benjamin, who's the founder of Code Pink. Her name is originally Susan Benjamin. And I think it's so funny because she changed her name to Medea Benjamin sometime in college while she was getting educated.
Doesn't not Tavis, but what's that guy's name? They call himself Medea.
Oh, Tyler Perry.
I can't buy my boy.
Well, she said she changed her name to Medea, but she said that she changed it to Medea from the Greek stories. And for people that don't know, Medea in the Greek myth, she kills her children out of spite of the father. She hates him.
Wow.
To get revenge on him.
That says a lot about her.
I don't know what more
Medea.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And this group also began protesting Israel, right?
That's another thing that struck me. A bunch of BDS protests, anti-Israel protests started.
Why are they protesting Israel?
I don't know where the connection is. Maybe they really are pro-Iran.
Here's the soundbite.
That was in New York, so that's interesting. The anti-Israel stuff, everything that's been going on.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's just kind of a crazy time.
They need to really go over and live in those places and get out of America because I don't feel comfortable having enemies live in our country. You can convince them to do anything to the country. So Antifa was at this event as well?
Oh, yeah. That's another thing. And Antifa has been, it's been shown that these like leftist organizations fund Antifa protests. So lo and behold, Antifa shows up.
Let's see.
There's a picture of them right there.
Wow.
This one's in New York as well.
So you said they fund them, they support them?
There's been groups that fund Antifa protests.
Amazing.
Leftist organizations. So it's no surprise that Antifa shows up too.
Here's the picture of an anti-war protester. What is this
So now
person
this
doing?
is in L.A. and this is just some dumb woman I saw, and she's got a little. If you can zoom in on that, actually, Joel, it's a grayed out picture. Look at him. He's nestled in his flag. I think those are Iranian flags. It says Persian General Soleimani. It's so wow.
Amazing.
Show some reverence, some respect.
Her arms look like she's hungry.
Yeah.
Is she like one of those little hungry people over there?
I don't know. She might be homeless. Who knows? It's L.A.
Amazing.
And then you just gotta offer them a little pot to the homeless people, and you got them protesting for you.
Can so is it legal for Americans to turn against his own country
Is it legal?
and support our enemies?
That's an interesting question. I don't know. Is it legal?
Look like that should be illegal. Mm-hmm. Because it's saying that you are in the country and you are an enemy of America. So the organizers treat the crowd to a speaker that describes Soleimani as a hero. That's amazing. Here's that soundbite.
Yeah.
Thank you, Max. Thank you, Coach Pink. Thank you, Answer Coalition, for putting this together, and thank you to all of you here for turning out. I was just speaking with an Iranian academic in Tehran. I did a video interview with him, and I asked him, why was Major General Soleimani seen as such a hero across the region, not only in Iran, and not even only in Iraq and Syria, but in Lebanon, in Yemen? He told me, this was the exact word he used, because he was seen as an anti-imperialist fighter. He was leading the resistance axis to the evil our government and our military and our empire have brought on the region.
See, men, this is why men have to come back to their natural state, because when men are weak, the women go out of control.
If you'd notice, it's been a woman at every turn.
Yeah. I noticed that. That's why I'm saying it. At every event, the woman is leading it.
Mm-hmm.
This is why men got to come back, because women are into their thought and emotions, and Satan telling them all kind of crazy things to do. So this thug Kaepernick, what is he talking about? He can't even get a job.
Yeah. So he's like tweeting some mess about America and Iran, saying, like he's like, why are you guys surprised? America has always been exploiting black and brown bodies and plundering the non-white world, right? And this is, it's rich coming from...
Let me see his photo, Joe.
That's his tweet, right?
Oh,
He's like
okay.
talking about plundering the non-white world and American imperialism, which is just, it's of course, the internet, they flipped it on him. The internet started going nuts on Kaepernick because they are all aware of Nike and all that. And they're like, wait, how can you talk about plundering the non-white world when Nike is big time using sweatshops over in these countries that you were talking about that U.S. is hurting?
Amazing. What a hypocrite. Amazing. Amazing news, Nick.
It's crazy
I
work.
appreciate it, man.
Of course.
What do you say, Joe? The metal what?
The metal crane, it drops from the top, and you can grab them
Oh, yeah.
and just pick them right up.
Yeah, like the claw machine, the game.
Right, the claw.
The claw machine, except this one's perfect. It doesn't ever misses.
Don't they have those airplanes where the military people travel, warplanes where they don't have normal seats, they just have
Oh, yeah,
they sit on
like
stools,
carrier-
and then they jump out.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
We should do that with these people.
Have them all in a line.
Yeah.
And you're like, go, go, go. Like in
Right.
the movies, war movies,
Yeah.
and they're all jumping out.
Take them over to Iran and wherever country they are protected, and let them jump out the bottom of the plane.
Yeah, straight file paratroopers, but it's like illegal immigrants, and we're
Right.
getting rid of them. And
Yeah, all these protesters that are against America. Amazing. And don't forget to like, follow, tweet, subscribe, and share the Jesse Lee Peterson radio show, folks. We really appreciate it. We are at war. It is a spiritual battle for the soul of America. And it's going to take all of us to do it.